Hello everyone, it's Phil Jones, and I am in Kawasaki, Japan at the Denon and Marantz engineering facility, and I'm being joined by Yoshi and Kari. And so, can you talk a little bit about what you do and where we're at?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Yoshi, Director of Engineering Hardware in Japan. So we are at just the entrance of this building. It's early in the morning in Japan, so maybe people are going on. But here, this Kawasaki office have a the large member of employees working on the Marantz products.
So you're in part of the engineering side, and you are product development, right? So let's talk about who you are. Introduce yourself.
I am Kaori. I am a project manager for the industrial design team.
So the industrial design, product development, engineering, sound tuning is done in this facility.
Yeah, correct. So here, so now we're in the ground floor. We have sound listening room for Denon, and also we have a QA. We have an engineering team for hardware and software, even sales team here. So this is the kind of the center, the headquarters of Denon brand.
Yeah. And it's only an hour or so away via bullet train to the manufacturing facility in Shiwakawa, Japan.
Yeah. So we have basically the big two offices from engineering and manufacturing point of view. So we have about 2 hours by Shinkansen direct train. So you reach to the Shirakawa. And then we have another engineering facility along with the manufacturing the capability.
Yeah. So we wanted to kind of, it's a Friday and it's a work day and people are busy at work. So you will hear some carts rolling around, but we wanted to do it in this particular spot because as you walk into the building, you kind of have this beautiful product. So what is this product right here?
Yeah. So this is called Nipponophone. This is more than 110 years old product, but still working. So we can play back the vinyl, but different materials though, on the platter, but there's no electronics, just a manual winding.
Yeah. So this product is 110 years old, and since we're going to be talking about Denon turntables, we kind of wanted to show where Denon started.
Yep. Actually, we just finished the training here in Japan. Then we play back the music from this product, and that is our start of Denon. So Denon history, get together with this turntable. That's why it's quite important product category for us.
So Denon has always been into hi-fi turntables.
Yeah.
So, and not only the turntables, but also the records. So right next to the turntable is the record. So that was Nippon Columbia?
Correct. So way back, years ago, we were together with Nippon Columbia, who makes the contents. So vinyl, CD, so now, but still exists doing some music contents business. So we were in the same company. That's why we knew how to make music. We knew the passion of the musician. So that was one of the milestones of Denon.
And over those years, I've seen turntables, radio stations.
Yep.
Many radio stations, broadcasters rely on Denon turntables. I have been in several studios that still utilize Denon turntables as their as a playback source in those professional studio applications. So this turntable is over 110 years old.
Correct.
Okay, so it just shows, and it still works, which is amazing, by the way, because hearing that demonstration. So now let's talk about, you still make turntables.
Yep.
Right? And so let's talk a little bit about those turntables. Starting with, you introduced this flagship model right here, the DP3000NE. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So as you mentioned, Denon was known for the broadcasting product manufacturer, but Denon entered the consumer market with the old turntable, and sometimes it didn't have this toner. It was just this rotation platter itself, and they brought the broadcasting quality to the consumer, and this product tried to integrate the heritage of the old product and integrate the modern design or lifestyle. So we try to had some extract this DNA from the old product and it made it together. So we always care about the precisions and the like accurate playback. So the product itself is really for hi-fi.
Yeah, because you could see in the museum, you guys have one of the original. The DP3000 name is synonymous when it comes to professional turntables, and you can see that in the museum. And you can also, like you said, see some of the design characteristics of that turntable in this new model, including the fact that it's direct drive. This is one of the best turntables I have ever heard. It's basically all of Denon's expertise in building a turntable at a kind of a cost is no object application. But we've noticed that you guys have told me that turntables, vinyl, is starting to grow. So and becoming popular. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So in the daily life, when I go to the music shop and it's in the CD shop, but I started to see vinyl in the shop, and a younger generation started to play back the music from vinyl. I think this is kind of the trend that people want to feel the physical thing rather than just music from the smartphone. So that I really like, and that does not happen only in Japan, but according to the trend sales data, the vinyl globally is really growing.
And then I've noticed too that, and as you mentioned, even whether it's a younger person getting into vinyl, but there's also those experienced people, music lovers that still want to take advantage of their collections. And Denon has a pretty good selection of turntables. But now you've introduced a new one. So can we talk a little bit about this model here? So what is this model?
Yeah. So the model name is DP500BT. So that name already described that product contains a Bluetooth transmitting function. So this is the combination of Denon Heritage Hi-Fi product together with new wireless technology. So of course, we don't forget about any kind of hi-fi use case. So we can play back all the hi-fi quality sound. However, by having the Bluetooth, we can expand the use case to the wireless scenario. So next to you, Phil, so you have a Denon home speaker, right? That one. So that has also coming products. So that can connect directly to this turntable via wireless. Then people does not need to buy another amplifier or phono equalizer to start to listen to the music. So I want to eliminate the barrier to start to listen to the vinyl music for especially younger generation.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the design. So how did you take some of the heritage of these earlier Denon, higher end Denon turntables and bring it into this design?
I think compared to this DP3000 NE, we wanted to approach more global, wider range of people. It's more affordable compared to this, and we expand the features with Bluetooth. So we wanted to show that appearance by design. So it gets slimmer. And it's also have like more compact form to fit the living room more. And also, if you look at this cabinet, it doesn't really shiny, but it's got character, but it's a little bit subtle.
Very stylish.
Yes, stylish and elegant. So that's what we wanted to achieve.
And it also still uses the S-shaped tone arm and a lot of the things that Denon has developed along the way. So let's talk about the Bluetooth functionality. How hard is it to set up the Bluetooth, and how would you do that?
So to start to use the Bluetooth function, so you have a obvious button in front of you, so you need to push the button for the long time. The first time, when you want to pair the device the first time. Then also you push the button on the Denon home together, then LED will blink. Then within seconds, so they can automatically connect to the Bluetooth speaker. That's way
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Like there's the button's kind of red. You press
Yeah.
the button, it
Yeah.
starts to blink,
correct.
and then blue, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you press the button on the Bluetooth. There's like the Den at Home with
Den at Home.
here. It starts blinking blue, and then when you see blue on both devices, you're connected.
Yeah.
And you can also it can also connect to more than one device. Correct.
Correct. So once this Bluetooth is connected to the Denon Home, so that can be in the Denon ecosystem via HEOS. So this Denon Home can communicate with other HEOS devices. For example, if you want to do the party and having multiple Denon Home speakers, then you can play back simultaneously from these devices.
Yeah, and because it also has the latest Bluetooth, if you just have multiple Bluetooth devices that have that compatible technology as well, you can connect to several of those as well. So it doesn't have to just be through HEOS and
Correct.
Bluetooth. You can, if you have, maybe 2 or 3 devices that to support, what is it called, Bluetooth
Auracast?
Auracast?
Yeah. Although our device, the turntable, does not have a Auracast function, but the modern Bluetooth speaker have an Auracast function.
So it transmits to the other device.
Correct.
Okay.
This Bluetooth speaker can be have to the other Bluetooth speakers. So this is the kind of use case that we can use.
Okay, so there's lots of different variations. So as you mentioned, you may be, if you're someone looking for a good turntable, this is all of the technology, the 110 years of experience, the build quality you would expect in a Denon turntable, and you could use it as a traditional turntable. But you have all the flexibility that things such as Bluetooth and Bluetooth capability offers you. If you're someone who's just getting into this, you can start off with a very good turntable that you'll never have to replace, or not replace for a very, very long time, and start with just a turntable and a single Bluetooth speaker, and then maybe grow yourself into a full-blown Denon hi-fi system, right? So both directions. So from the very enthusiast that's just looking for a great turntable and wants more flexibility, or someone who's just getting into vinyl and they want to get a good turntable they know they can keep for years and years and years, this would be a great solution.
Correct. So this turntable can grow together with your lifestyle and life stages. Maybe you might be single, then I will buy this turntable and connect to the Bluetooth speaker. But we can add more Bluetooth speaker, or we can add the amplifier to listen to the real stereo sound. So this is really great opportunity and the use case for us and the customers. That is really versatile in a product.
Okay, so the next thing is you have the Bluetooth capability. If you have a traditional hi-fi system, you have that capability. But even if you have a traditional hi-fi system, some of them have phono inputs, and sometimes you may want to plug it into maybe a powered speaker or some other device that does not have a phono input. So how can I use this turntable for that?
Yeah, so to make it easy to use, we have the first integrated cartridge and also the EQ switch. So if you have the amplifier which has a phono equalizer, the main phono equalizer, you just skip this EQ. But if you only have a powered amplifier or just a simple amplifier, you can switch to on the back of the product. Then you are good to go. You don't need to buy another equipment.
Okay, so no more. So if the amplifier doesn't have a preamp in it, you can just utilize the built-in preamp, for this particular turntable. So what? The other thing we hadn't talked about, that I want to mention is as we talk about turntables, Denon also makes cartridges.
Yeah.
which I love, and it's actually done up the road at in the factory in Shirakawa.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about the heritage of the cartridge as well, because you guys still make a really famous cartridge right now.
Yeah, true. So it is called DA103. But let's say all the way back to the old decade. So when we together work with NHK, the Japan Broadcasting Organization. They wanted to make a great turntable and a cartridge together to make a nice FM radio. They want to have the wider bandwidth from audio point of view, and they want to have a turntable that's not skip the music. So it should be reliable, cannot stop the broadcasting. That's why we really work together to make a great turntable and cartridge. So from that, so we made a DL103 cartridge. So this is made in Shirakawa in Japan. So this cartridge can be used with this turntable too, because this arm has a kind of universal arm. Then you can change the head shell to use this nice DL103 cartridge. Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about heritage, Denon's been around for over 110 years. How long have you guys been working here?
I'm about 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, it's such a short time to that on the stage.
Yeah. And you? How long have you been?
I joined here 2013, so maybe over 10 years. Like
10
12.
years. So let's talk about what it's like to work at Denon. You know, what do you like most about it?
Yeah, what I like is, as you mentioned, I can contribute to the brand as a kind of human characters, have more than 100 years history. So I can be a part of this history. That is really, feeling great to me. Yeah, so this brand can continue even I die in the future. So that's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, for me, I'm not an engineer, I'm not designer, but I can be part of this product development as a project manager, and that is so fun. And one reason I'm really passionate about this turntable is that this could be doors for the younger generation. And I had really shocking experience when I was younger, listening to Denon's amp. And I literally melted listening to it. And I think it's great that we can offer that experience to the younger generation customers.
Exactly. And then helping people. I mean, music is a great thing. Music and entertainment is a great thing to be involved in. And knowing that the products you build are bringing enjoyment, and if they're done right, they can convey emotion, they can make you happy, they can make you sad, they can make you cry, they can pull you into your favorite TV show, your favorite album. It's just a really, really, really good experience. So, and like I said, I've been doing this working for the company for about just 7 years, and I just am blessed that we actually have the opportunity to come. I get to come fly all the way over from San Diego to Kawasaki to spend time with those who take the time and effort to build these beautiful products.